Hey, what's up guys? Your average wargamer is back with another video of World of Warships. And today I'm going to be featuring a rare Tier 8 premium American aircraft carrier, the Enterprise. Now Enterprise has been removed for sale or from sale quite a while ago. And Wargaming actually coming up with an event which is called as Enterprise event in the next patch. Within probably a couple of weeks, you will be able to see that that event is coming and it will be available again. Probably there is going to be an Enterprise camo and maybe the Enterprise itself in the bundles, just like a couple of events like Missouri or something like that. So the question is, if someone might be looking to buy this rare Enterprise, whether he should buy this ship or not. That's one of the big questions that I'm gonna answer. And in this video, you can able to see that Enterprise used to have amazing rockets because of zero delay and not having that pre-firing time. But now it does have rocket problems, like having that delay of 3.4 seconds. Even though the rockets are still pretty consistent and reliable if you aim pretty correctly, but it is absolutely not easy. Again, rockets, you can have 4 attack runs, which is pretty nice, and as you can able to see, I did some great damage to that poor lightning that is trying to push relentlessly. So Enterprise is still actually not a bad carrier. It's actually having very good torpedo armament, good rocket planes, like as you can able to see, it has tons of planes on deck, as well as very good regeneration time. So let me show you a bit of a stats real quick. So as you can able to see that the rockets have only 27mm penetration, which is basically pretty okay against tier 8s and tier 9 cruisers. And then you have a lot of rockets in payload, which is basically around 18 in total for one single attack run. Then I will show you the torpedo and these a couple of things like aircraft preparation time. So as you can able to see, you have 46 seconds of aircraft preparation time for these rockets. For the torpedo bombers, it's also very nice of 57 seconds. And for the AP bombers, which I will come up to the video in later, it also have pretty okay 72 seconds of preparation time. So that what makes Enterprise very nice, because it has very good deck capacity, as well as very good the AP bombs. Even though they are not easy to make work, but it is still pretty good. Talking about the Enterprise rockets, well, I cannot drop this Ohio because it's a specific tier 10 matchmaking, so it's very important. The aircraft, the fighters that you have seen, well, Enterprise is having some very interesting characteristics of fighters. It has 10 fighters if you use the fighters. So in my build, I basically make Enterprise a fighter build, which basically means that bigger bubble for intercepting the fighters, like so that you have more chance of getting the fighters into that bubble, just like Yorktown did right now. And Yorktown is obviously a CV that I will definitely directly compare the Enterprise rockets, because this new CV, this whole American carrier line, basically having a very strong rocket to deal with aircraft carriers. And Enterprise actually has 10 aircraft carriers with very fast I would say it's basically having, not the like highest of the HP of these fighters like the A6 and Yorktown, but at least one thing that it does have is basically it has 10 fighters, just like I said. And if you build it with the fast reaction time, Enterprise planes works a lot much more better than basically even Yorktown. Yorktown do have the strengths, but Enterprise has the strength already baked in as a tier 8 premium, because this is the value that you get in the Enterprise. On the other hand, you have these torpedo bombers that does pretty decent damage. It also has a damage around 6,400 sort of thing, which is really nice. As you can able to see, I did pretty good damage to that poor Napoli, and also got a permanent flood. Very good flood chance. And these rockets, there is one disadvantage of the whole Essex Yorktown CV, that these fighters cannot spot with their fighters. right? But Enterprise, with all the power that it has of 10 fighters, it can actually spot the ships. So 10 fighters instead of Yorktown's not having that thing, it basically makes Enterprise really really strong. The spotting damage obviously pretty much gets higher because of what Enterprise still has. Even though they're going to nerf this whole thing, maybe in the upcoming patches that Wargaming have said, but you can do pretty good with basically all sort of armament. In this case, I'm using these HWARs, or you can call it F, like I mean it works like HWARs, and you can see that I did almost 8,000 damage. So these rockets are pretty good if you aim correctly around the superstructure, and that's the benefit of having these rockets. And because you can have 4 attack runs that usually you get in tier 10 ships, you can still pull that damage pretty nicely here. And you can able to see again that I almost did 4,000 damage. So in total I did 12,000 damage to that Ohio. So that is pretty nice thing to see. Using AP bombs can be a bit rough because of that big reticle that Enterprise does has. And in this game I didn't manage to get the AP bombs work much because, well, Ohio usually won't be able to get Citadel because the penetration of the Enterprise AP bombs is just not enough. Maybe I can drop those bombs on Adatara, but I do have a lot of torpedo bombers, and obviously torpedo bombers are a lot much more reliable and good source of dealing damage. And you can able to see that even against tier 10 ships, you can easily land 2 strikes in general, just like I'm doing here right now. Got 3 torpedo hits, which is pretty nice. And now my last attack run will definitely be possible. And you can able to see that I did not only 12,000 damage in the first attack run, the second attack run also gonna give me the same results, which is very nice to watch. And look at that, the same damage, almost did 25,000 damage to this Ohio. And then obviously I come up with another attack run again, and Ohio is definitely low HP now. Our Massachusetts is trying to bow tank Ohio, which is not going to be easy, and I think that he won't last long because there is 2 Ohios in this game. I mean, there is Yorktown, which is actually a very good player, and Yorktown is definitely available in this event through the Battle Pass, Premium Battle Pass. So I mean, I will definitely going to make a video on the Yorktown A6 class CVs, but for now I'm going to be focusing on Enterprise. So you can able to see above the heel, because I got that heel, and you can able to see that I did pretty good in basically saving my planes. And Ohio, that has pretty low HP right now, I just did again the same damage. And with that said, Massachusetts killed this guy. And since I was dropping the Ohio, well, which I cannot able to because, well, there's no way, he just died, I just turned towards the 180 degree and dropping now the Adatara. Adatara obviously is a new ship that the Wargaming has added. Like it's a battle cruiser line, the Japanese battle cruiser line that Wargaming has added. And you can able to see that you can sort of do 180 degrees with even Enterprise planes. I mean, they aim pretty fine. Like the cone of the Enterprise aim does not get too bad, even though you are turning in the mid of the attack run, which is pretty nice to see. But you can able to see I did almost 113k damage, and there is not a damage buff that I get, so it's purely based on this squadron original squadron attack power that Enterprise currently has. And I still did almost 113k damage, so you can able to see that Enterprise can still pull off good numbers even though they have nerfed the rockets pretty much, and I haven't used the bombs at all in this game. Just from the torpedoes and the rockets, you can do pretty consistent and reliable damage. And again, I'm just dropping this another Ohio that is basically trying to hide away or something and get a fire, which is pretty good thing to see. You can basically use the rockets and torpedo bombers one by one. If you get a fire with the rockets and he damage guns, or a battleship typically damage gun, you can come up with torpedo bombers because they have a very good chance of getting flood. So same thing that I did here, dropping this Atatara and Ohio right now. So clearly Enterprise is still very reliable ship in my opinion, and actually a strong ship because of its very good, relatively tanky planes. Even though the speed of the torpedo bombers is something that I don't like at all. I mean, they're very slow, 159 knots, but the HP of these planes are pretty good, especially with the heal mod, or you can call it the HP mod that I have for these torpedo bombers. I think in the slot 4, that helps quite a bit. So I mean, these TBF Avengers are, I mean, they're still pretty reliable and can do consistent damage. So here in this case, I'm gonna drop this Ohio. Again, I can sort of turn in the mid of the attack run, just like in this situation, because the aim does not get too bad, or the cone does not get too wide, that you can still do that thing pretty much easy. And you can able to see that the torpedoes I managed to get on time, on target, and I killed the Ohio along the way. And then there is a Adatara that I'm spotting at the moment for Jutland, and so one drop towards the Adatara will definitely going to kill him, but I think he might, okay, he didn't eat torpedo, which is pretty nice. So if he does not die from the damage of other ships, I can definitely try to kill him with my torpedoes. But fortunately, Adatara died from St. Vincent guns, and we got somehow some ships out there. It's an arms race moves. Enemy team has tons of damage buffs. As you can able to see, their damage buff is kind of ridiculous right now. We don't have much buffs at the moment, and then I got permanently spotted from the Lucian, which basically a very good strong destroyer. And I asked a bit of support from the Auckland, which is a test ship currently testing for the Commonwealth cruisers. And again, I started to use the rockets because I have to use rockets on destroyer. And here you can able to see that you can get a couple of rocket hits, not like a ton of rockets. You used to get 10 or 12 rocket hits before the carrier rockets rework. But now, I mean, if you aim sort of well, you can get a couple of rocket hits and can do some damage to this Lucian, which I'm doing here right now. Again, 5 rocket hits did almost 3000 damage. And since I do have quite a lot of attack runs, I can definitely, able to get another strike to that guy, and again a 5,000. The 5 penetration hits. So this is one of the things that I really like about the Enterprise. These attack runs are pretty nice, and I mean you can able to see I almost did like almost 12,000 damage to this Lucian, and even though he's trying to kill me, I somehow managed to safely got into the cover and survive from this apocalypse that Lucian is trying to do on me. And that's the good thing about hugging the islands and surviving from this incoming fire. Here now I have a very good position to able to kill the Kansas. At this moment, Lucian will definitely going to die because he's just trying to farm the Auckland, which he cannot take on. And then there is Kansas that I'm also going for from the attack rockets. Never ever use the AP bombs. Basically tells you that the reliability of rockets and torpedoes are still gonna be pretty nice. And here I'm just gonna target his superstructure because that's one of the strengths of the Enterprise rockets. Reticle is small and you can target the superstructures very effectively with very not that highest of the the pre-firing time of the machine gun of the rockets, which is pretty good. And again I did some damage, so hopefully he will ultimately die, and then the only carrier, Yorktown, is gonna be left. So I was at that time know that it's gonna be win. So Enterprise definitely pretty good. Everything that I did is for the sake of my team, helped to win the game, even though we are sort of losing in terms of arms race buffs that we don't have. And Yorktown, even though he's trying well to kill our St. Vincent, which he will do, and since I don't have fighter planes, I cannot able to help him either. So I just have to go and kill the Yorktown myself, which obviously it's not going to be easy since he's going to be full HP. And there is one more thing that Yorktown does have in his survivability, power, and that is his smoke. As you can able to clearly see, that he basically smoked up. I mean, I think it was a bit late trying to use his smoke just a bit late because I think he didn't put his carrier on the smoke that early. That gives me a bit of an advantage to basically drop this guy, and that's what I exactly did. Somehow managed to, managed to do some damage, and got 3 torpedo hits. And you can able to see the damage is pretty nice. And then I have a full squad of attack aircraft, and you can able to see that the planes just there are so many planes that Enterprise can regen in a short amount of time. And since even though I've dropped so many times on a couple of Ohio's and Lucian and even Lightning, I still have almost full squad of these HE attack rockets, and they are pretty decent to do damage. And in this case, there's also one advantage when you're dropping the carrier, and that is you can basically go and drop a carrier 2 times, since the fighters on these carriers are only 4. So if they shot down a couple of planes, you still have 2 attack runs to do. And in this case, you can able to see the Yorktown is kind of surviving around the area. And I'm going to be dropping this guy to get some good damage. And I mean, look at that. So somehow managed to dodge the flags, and now I'm dropping this Yorktown as soon as possible to get some decent damage. And you can able to see 10,000 damage from these HE rockets, which is pretty nice. And just like I said, you can have another attack run. That's the advantage of having 4 attack runs, which is only unique sort of to Enterprise. And you can able to see I managed to get another attack run, and Yorktown actually realized that I'm trying to kill him and I have low HP, so he's trying to send a lot of torpedoes. And well, this is gonna be a bit of a problem, because the Yorktown, if he kills me, that he might have a chance to kill not only Yamato but Auckland. But luckily the torpedoes, even though they are 4 torpedoes, they are not so much high damaging, and somehow I just survived, which is very nice. Again, I have to try to basically get into the cap, and once we get the cap, it will be pretty much good enough that we can able to kill the Yorktown. Here you can able to see I trying to survive because I know that Yorktown can come and drop me with his HE bombs and can kill me easily. So I know that my planes fighter here this time can definitely help me. So I just used exactly that. And rocket planes, I come up with that. I'm not sure if I'm going to be using the rocket planes for too long. As you can be able to see, this Yorktown didn't realize that I have enhanced reaction skill on fighters, and Yorktown, he cannot do anything. He just completely lost his whole squad, and that's the power of Enterprise fighter build that I was constantly talking about. So, I mean, the game is about to end. The Yorktown, I will definitely going to drop this guy, and hopefully will be able to kill him. But if you are looking to get Enterprise, definitely it's not a bad carrier. Although rockets, you have to make rockets work by just practicing that 3.4 seconds of duration. If you can manage to do that, that would be pretty nice. In this case, well, Yorktown will try to kill me, and I will kill him in return, because the game is really about to end, and he know that the only ship that he has to kill is me. He can only do that pretty much. And here, I'm just gonna be doing the same thing. I'm gonna try to kill this guy, and Yamato completely missed the salvo for some reason. But here, in this case, I'm just gonna drop this Yorktown here, and I will kill him with the torpedoes, and then he will also kill me in return. But the game is over, and it was a really good game, not only by me but also from the Yorktown. He did well for the team. So victory at the end. It was a very good game in Enterprise. As you can be able to see, 20 shot down by fighters, and a lot of rocket hits, like 143, 23 torpedo hits, 2 kills, 1.7 million credits because of the blue booster that I have. Also same for the free XP booster, which is also blue. So that's pretty good game. Team score wise, 2.5k base XP. Auckland somehow managed to have almost 3k base XP game, which is very impressive from him. So props to that guy for doing what he's doing in a test ship, which is nice. I did pretty well as a carrier, and Yorktown, as I said, he did also pretty good. 1.6k base XP on loss. So I mean, it's an arms race, so you can expect a lot much more inflated XP values. Detail report wise, it's pretty simple. They did good damage to quite a lot of tier 10 ships as well as tier 8 and tier 10 here. Lightning, Lucian, all with rockets. You can see the rockets did pretty consistent. Credits, well, you have seen that I get decent commander XP and free XP because of the blue boosters, and Enterprise is definitely pretty good in making credits out there. So I hope you like the video. I hope you understand that fighter planes of the Enterprise is pretty good, and if you manage to get this CV from those bundles or something that Wargaming is coming up from the event, I think it's actually a good carrier still in 2024. So I hope you like this video, and thank you guys for watching, and I will catch you into the next one. Peace out.